Hi everybody, Erica Corinne here, and today or this week I am doing a blood drip French tip nail art. This one was done with a nail vinyl, and the nail vinyls I got from twinkletea.com, which I will leave a link to their website below. This is not a sponsored video by them. They're just the nail vinyls I have been using for the last year or two that I really like. Last week's video, if you watched it, I talked about a new top coat, which I said I would give a review on today. Unfortunately, right after I did my nails, I had a breakage on this one, and it was pretty short, so I ended up cutting down all of my nails because I already had like 3 of them on this hand were already broken, so I cut them all down. And when you cut your nails, when they're painted, your nail polish is gonna chip no matter what. So I don't have a review on it this week, so hopefully next week, because I did use it again, hopefully next week I will have a review on it if you guys are interested in how well that polish did compared, or that top coat did compared to the one I usually use. So far I'm liking it, despite having to cut all my nails off. So if you guys want to see how I did this and what nail vinyls, you can probably already see what nail vinyls I used, but stay tuned. Okay, so I already started off with my base coat, and I also put on a top coat because I am going to be using paint. And if you have like a little mess up after you take the nail vinyl off, it's easier if you have a top coat on to try to correct it with a toothpick. So here are my nail vinyls I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the negative space part. As you can see, I already started on this nail. That way I'm using the whole sheet. So I have all of the pieces I'm going to use for one hand. I do one hand at a time fully, that way it doesn't mess up the hand that is still wet. So take one piece and use my tool here. It's pretty much just like supposed to be a cuticle pusher, and gently peel up gently peel up the nail vinyl. You get to a certain point, you can just go ahead and grab it with your tweezers and since I'm going to have it dripping down from the tip, I find an area that I like and place it down. So with these, you really want to make sure you're really pressing down on the nail vinyl and making sure it's all onto your nail to help try to prevent some leakage. So I'll show you one more time. So you can have it as far down or as far up. It all depends on what you want. I'm going to have this one up a little further. Sorry. Okay, so I have all my nails have, on one hand, have the vinyls on them. And so I'm just going to take, this is just a nail art nail brush. You can use any paintbrush. This is just the one I'm using today. And today I'm using red paint. And I'm just going to paint it on. I like to use paint when I do these, mainly because you can get a couple coats on before you have to take, before you take the vinyl off. Sometimes with doing nail vinyls and polish, you want to take the vinyl off when the polish is still wet. That way it helps prevent from, when you take the vinyl off, it helps prevent peeling up the nail polish when the nail polish is still mostly wet or still really wet. I haven't really had too much of an issue with paint and nail vinyls doing that. Plus with paint you have to get a couple coats on before it gets opaque. So if you've done a thin enough coat, if you're using paint, when you're done going through all of the nails, you can usually come back right away and do another coat. So on the third, or however many times you're going to go over each nail, on the last paint layer or polish layer, that's when I take it off. I don't go all the way around. So I do my last coat. I grab my tweezers and you really want to come from the bottom on these particular ones and take from the bottom and go up and just go slow. So there's one. Okay, so I have them all, the vinyls peeled off, and I'm going to take my Q-tip and try to get some of it off my skin. Paint comes off a lot easier than polish. I don't see too many mistakes. This one kind of pulled up my polish, my base coat, which, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even have, this one kind of pulled up my polish, my base coat, which I've really never had happen, but those nail vinyls, they are really sticky, and that's partially the reason I like them, is because they'll stick, and it's I've used other ones that are not as sticky, which helps them not stick to your and peel up your base coat, but that's why I like these, because they do stay on in it and you don't get too much leakage with the fine little details. Especially this one has some really skinny details. That's with paint. With polish I've had more leakage. I don't know why, but also, like I said, paint is nice to use because you can see, you can kind of move it around and you can scrape it off if you have a mistake. See, like if I really wanted to take that off, I'll fix it, but that came off like just by moving the nail, using the Q-tip. Excuse me, I cannot think today, but I'm just gonna fix that up by adding a little bit more on there. But I just wanted to show you how easy it is. Pretty sure everything is dry, and I'm gonna just do a generous thick. With paint, I always do a really thick top coat. And I really try to do it with the least amount of strokes possible. That way I'm not dragging the brush on the paint too much. Alright there guys, there you have it, my blood drip nails. You could, I guess, also do it in another color, or even keep it red and call it a paint drip. Personally, I think it looks more like blood, which doesn't bother me year round like it does on some people. But I like it. I like these using nail vinyls because you can get a simple, fun paint job, manicure, however you want to call it. My brain is dead today. Not without taking or painstakingly painting little details on your nails. So there you guys go. I hope you enjoyed this nail tutorial, and I will be back with another one on next Friday. I hope you guys have a great day.